Also, in theory, if all the major politicians of the world's head exploded, wouldn't that wouldn't that pretty much just end the whole like world?
Only the corrupt ones. And most of them weren't the heads of power, they were the second in commands. Essentially, the guys who wanted to get ate quick up.
I'm pretty sure that Obama's head exploded in that movie.
No,
Like the
no, he
entire
wasn't
cabinet.
there.
Pretty sure that was his head.
I know his cabinet was there.
Yeah, no, the whole cabinet was there. I'm like 80% positive the president's head was in there. I did like the Strangelove reference though. That was nice.
Yeah. Alright. So, I have one piece of news that's going to change. This is going to be the last time I give any of you a recap. I'm worried that because I'm narrating from an omniscient position, I'm painting what you guys have done. Essentially focusing on what I thought was important. So from this point forward, one of you is going to have to start doing it. It's not your job, it's just I'm going to ask one of you to do it instead.
Oh god, it's going to be like a pop quiz.
I mean, you're just going to tell the story, and basically everyone else is going to fact check. But yeah. Let's see. As I recall... Well, I changed the music. As I recall, you guys essentially just left Portcullis, gathering what few supplies you feel like you needed, and you moved on. And actually began to see some of the local accoutrements, and even partook of, well, you didn't, but you noticed the local festival. Sorry, Cheryl. After leaving town and traveling for more than a few days.
Okay.
Hey.
Awesome.
Let's see. You guys passed by quite a bit. And eventually found your way into an ash-stricken forest. Or, as it's now going to be called, a wasteland. Looking into it further, you surmise that the damage has been created by an outpost that was not there before. And your suspicions were probably confirmed with a field of seedlings just ready to sprout. And that's when you decided to assault the fort. Because there was no way there could have been innocent people in there that you just assaulted out of nowhere. Because, I mean, who would defend themselves? But you did manage to kick a lot of ass in the half-broken fort. Or half-built, I guess is the way to say it. And you basically just spend your time just weeding your way through a bunch of really insignificant individuals.
All ready to die for their leader.
Well, the ones that were thrown in the way.
They were drafted into dying for their leader.
No, they were voluntold.
Voluntold, yeah, there you go. Hey man, that whole encounter was freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah, and I forgot how Armax dropped two 10-foot by 10-foot pools of oil and blood.
Yep. Just go gadget oil slick. There's gonna be so many questions when, like, the police arrive here.
What police?
The sheriff's secret police?
The closest land of any sort of civilization that you know of was 10 days back, and it was a farming village you half burned to the ground. Anyway, after that, you basically just sort of cleaned up once you decided to take down their captain. And that's where we held it. So I'd say approximately at this point, Unit would have started to walk in, leaving behind him his own trail of bodies. And so what do you guys want to do?
So, does this place have any kind of like identifying markings or anything special like the last ramshackle fortress we went to?
Uh, are you going to investigate?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
make an
I'll-
investigation check.
I'll investigate with him. That's just six.
That's totally worth it. Wow, that's.
Worst.
I investigated like. God, that ADD just hit Armax hard.
I mean, no, you investigated quite well, and you can pretty much confirm that there's definitely a pool of oil and blood beneath you. Yeah. You basically, your part of it was to be the massive distraction. You lit yourself up, destroying the gate, and taking out more than a few of these things on your own.
That totally sounds like me.
Divide and conquer. Alright, so yeah, so unfortunately that does mean your armor's been used, but I'm not going to damage you for not doing anything, for not being here, so I'll just say you found a way to use it and not get hurt. Or you drank a potion from someone.
He found a potion in there.
Will, on the other hand, scouting about, it is reminiscent of the last fort you found back at the Alabaster Ruins. This looks like it used to be something else, and then it was just built upon. That's why most of the roofs are missing. Some of the walls are just kind of half-fetted. Like,
Okay.
the only interesting thing you can find is you can hear someone talking. Or not talking, singing.
Singing.
From down here.
And it's not Arumax? Oh, okay.
Nope, it's very verbose and deep and in a language none of you speak.
Now, I'm
Look at
gonna
the
check
singing.
that out. The show.
I'm sorry, say again?
I'm gonna go check that out.
Same here.
Okay. Oh, what about the rest of you?
I follow them.
Dang it, hold on. Dang it, I knew there was something wrong. Elenil? And,
Yes.
sorry. Elenil and Ayaja. You guys are going with them?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. Finally.
All the bodies were burned, right?
Oh, no, heavens no. They're just littered everywhere. Like, it's basically been about 30 seconds since you stopped fighting.
Ooh, wait, hold on a second. We need to burn those guys.
I mean, you definitely can.
Alright, I summon my flame blade and just start blading everybody.
Okay,
Alright.
you poke them with a fiery saber. And it does cut into them quite well. And it singes. But being as they are, quote, flesh and blood, unquote, they don't really burn too well.
Hey, good news. There's this horrifying pile of God knows what in the corner over there. Throw them in that and light that on fire.
And that would do it.
Okay, I like the thing in the corner on fire.
Alright. So, will you go to ignite the blood pyre, which I am now going to keep forever.
That's so freaking awesome.
The rest of you just sort of like piling all the bodies, and I mean, for Unit, this is still kind of a gory sight, so he's just managing from the back a little. But for the rest of you, yeah, it is what you feared. As each one of the bodies seems to go up in ash, it has just this sickening black and green ichor inside of it. Each of their hearts seems to be almost this writhing, pulsing seed that just seems to just shrivel and burn. It takes you about a good 10 minutes, but yeah, you're convinced that all the ones you found have been thoroughly destroyed.
Shall we explore the mystery singer?
What?
What?
I mean, that's up to you guys.
Well, I'm gonna go meet this mystery singer.
I concur.
That sounds fun.
I'm sure they're a nice person inside a scary fortress surrounded by demons.
Alright, then I
You're
must
not
ask,
Demons, of course.
what is your marching order? I'll say this. In this little room here, just line yourselves up how you would move in.
Okay, who's going first?
Not me.
Let's have Unit.
I guess
If
me?
actually participating, he's probably got the most health and stuff.
Yeah, all he's lost is his fireball armor.
Yeah, so let's have him go first.
What do you do?
I'll go second then.
And you rearrange yourselves.
I can't move Unit. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, sorry, that's the one. Alright, you feel up for it, Josh?
I can move myself, yeah.
Alright, I mean,
Just tell me what to do.
swing, baby, swing. That's just basically going to be it. Alright. Now then... Alright. Now then, you begin to descend a very modest staircase. But as you moving down, you realize that it's not just one person singing. It sounds like a very discordant choir. And as the echoing gets louder and louder...
Like Dark Souls choir?
No.
Oh, okay.
Drunken sailors.
Okay.
Oh god, there's a band of Irishmen down here.
Well, you're not that far off. As you come down to see another sort of patrol of the individuals you saw up ahead. And they are all just currently just standing there, weapons in hand, singing. I would imitate it, but I cannot imitate orc singing.
I guess that chanting in like the first Lord of the Rings movie, I guess.
A little bit. But you can clearly tell that the loudest voice is coming from back here. Let's see.
This is weird.
Oh yes. That looks
This
like
looking
some
individual.
murder.
That's a guy that has the heaviest Cockney accent in the universe.
No. Alright, so entering into the staircase, all of them see you, and none of them flinch, but the guy in the back just sort of like begins to just fall down onto like a low, flat note. So, you're the ones who've been destroying our nice little home. I can't say I'm surprised. But that is us, is it not? We live to die. Or that's what I've been led to believe. He just sort of like takes a single step, and it almost feels like the room shakes. All the men around him just like start to just not go stationary, but just sort of just almost power down, but they're still staring at you. So, no.
So,
How do you want to do this then? Burn us? Eviscerate us? How might our lineage be extinct by pink hands? How many more of my kin must be slaughtered because you wouldn't speak? Annihilation is our only salvation. So I ask you, do you do it with mercy? Or do you do it and enjoy the pain you inflict upon these wee little babes?
You speak as if fighting is all you know, but if you're able to distinguish, surely there's another option.
Fight? No, no, no. We do not live to fight. We live to die. All by his hands. The frigid bastard's iron-clad hands. But excuse an old seedling, an old bard, from taking too much time. This needs to be ended. Everyone? And everyone just raises their weapon. Present. And in unison, they all drop to one knee, each of them balancing either their blade or their axe onto the back of their necks. Just heads down looking at you. Or not looking at you, but looking down. They only fight if I ask them. They'll only live if I tell them. That is our curse and our birthright. So please, do as you must. I refuse to stop you. How am I but a simple mind, going to stop the inevitable?
You could work for us.
yeah, you want a job?
Trading one slaughterer for another?
No, I was thinking about police work.
Police work.
Yeah, they could be great for the police officers around there. Their officers suck. Look at these guys. They're friggin' huge.
I am 1,000% sure that is the worst idea you've ever had. And
I'm confident I've had worse.
Just another master. All the more to have our lives thrown away by someone else's command. Your offer is kind to a normal soul, but we have none. Those too weak to stand and speak. Only follow what others will tell them. That is my kin. That is all they know.
So what do you want?
To live.
We can do that. We want to live too.
And yet, you sought to attack. You sought to slaughter before even asking our names.
let's be very clear here. This is war. Our city was attacked by seedlings and the rest of their kind. In war, you don't always have time to stop and ask questions. Assumptions have to be made in order for survival of your side to continue. Don't pretend like this is some sort of diplomatic mission. By speaking first, you have allowed us the chance to pause and assess the situation.
Only because I have the mind to speak. All these infants who stand before you have not the capability. For the good Lord would not allow it. But as his influence wanes, so do his generals rise. he sort of begins to just like turn away from you and just have his voice echo into the chamber. I have seen more seasons than any of you combined. I know the plight. I have counted the score. I have seen your cities burned, and it was beneath my heel that they did it. I served because I could do nothing else. An infant before a god. So yes, this is war. But I ask you, had it been an elven soul that's wanted you dead, would you hunt down them all? Be it a human, would you slaughter anything pink?
If a bunch of humans or elves turned into seedlings and I knew that the seedlings sought to destroy the current society which is hiring me, yes, I would.
And your distinction proves your bigotry. You relate my birth to my cause. These are not the same. Have any of you been born to a role you wished not to fulfill? Seen the ill of your breeding? We are but the same. Though we have no womb to call our own, we have our soul. If our masters allow it.
I think we should help him.
What do you suggest? Somehow we detach the seeds from their hearts and they live? Because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I was actually thinking, like, sounds like they got an issue with control. Someone controlling the seedlings. We sever that control, then we might be able to get some stuff done.
We might also be making a worse enemy. He said that as the god or whatever, power wanes, the generals rise. And all the generals have ever done is crush our cities. So,
I'm going through divine sense to see if they're actually evil or not.
Please pull up Divine Sense. Because this will be interesting. No. Let's see. It's an action. You can open the awareness. In your turn, you know, any
Is it that divine smite and not divine sense?
Okay, so yeah.
You're going to
Yeah.
learn them to death.
Unfortunately, you do not detect any desecrated or consecrated ground, and you do not sense any celestial fiend or fey. The thing you're looking for is detect good and evil. So I mean, everything else seems fine.
Sounds like they just want to screw off and forget about things.
That is why I'm here. I wish to have my kin, my farm, away from his will, so that there is only mine. With it, we will grow away from his hollowed, frigid words.
Would you grow away from our stuff too?
That is why we're here. We found a place. I found a place to call home. I found a few lost in the endless. And from them, I began to grow. This is how we live. By your hand is how we die.
So you don't want to work for him, and you have no desire to fight us, really. You just want to be left to your own devices, correct?
For years beyond my count,
dang.
I have known war and death. It bothers me none. but I have not known a free mind or a full heart till I gained my own. That is what I seek. We are but creatures, one of many, and if your books are to be believed, you have seen many a monstrous creature learn its place. That is what I desire. I do not wish to build a city or raise it to the ground. I wish for us to live. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, we can help you out with that.
You make it sound so easy. But even I can tell there are those amongst you who are hesitant. With reason, I will not act like we've been victims, only victimized.
War's a terrible thing. Makes victims on both sides. But that doesn't mean we have to keep that up. We'll let you go. You let us go, and we'll tell people to avoid this area.
What?
Yeah, just let them have it. No one will want this crap anyways. It's a desolate wasteland.
I would not worry about others. Once this is built, we can either fend for ourselves or hide with impunity. Once my men are born again, we will not have much to fear, nor more we would require to conquer.
Yeah, sure, we'll help you out. Long as you help us, make sure that who's the crazy, horrible, evil man you were talking about? As long as he doesn't, don't help them.
The frigid Emperor Abgor, the one who says owns these lands, the one who owns their souls. I have no love, no respect for that psychopath.
Well, now we have something in common.
As far as I'm concerned, his men, his magic, can rot in every hell imaginable.
Well, how would you like to make that prospect possible?
I am no fool. I have no power to fight him, nor will my men ever. I seek to breed, to continue our line. In years to come, maybe, we will have the will to out-suppress him, to take back the seedlings, the bondmen, the born of blood.
Yeah. No, that's an awesome thing to have a go for, freeing people and all that. And that's fantastic. And we could use someone, even in a small way. Every little bit will help. Even if you're not fighting on the front lines or killing him yourself, you can always help us out.
Hey, Amarant,
Yeah?
what's going through your head right now?
Nothing.
Fuck, that's probably accurate. Mm.
But it never hurts to have a friend in an area. You never know when you need an army of crazy dead plant people.
We are as much alive as you, feather folk. But maybe this is a chance. A chance anew. And so I will extend a hand, an open palm.
And I'll extend a wing.
Right. Well, as you do that, he goes over to this pile of gold, reaches in and pulls out he palms a small crate and just hurls it towards you guys. Not aggressively, it clatters and bangs until it lands before you. Have this as a token of our appreciation. And as a reminder of what you did here today. You gave us a chance. Maybe not us all, but enough.
I give a gracious bow.
Alright. Very well. I ask you to leave, that we may take care of our kin and clean their ashes. For soon their brothers and sisters will grow, and we will no longer be enslaved by the frigid emperor.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Right.
Go ahead.
First question. Are there other generals like yourself?
Hundreds. Of my caliber?
I mean specifically who have a distaste for Abgor and are trying to, get away so we don't accidentally raise an entire fortress of potential allies.
I can tell you this. If there are others who seek to fight against his will, they would not be within his will's presence, and they would not have mentioned it within it. His influence may be waning, but it is not gone, and it is still second to none. I can offer you nothing of assurance, nor do I care for them all. As far as I may care, I care for my kin, my ilk.
I feel like we should give him something, like a banner or something that'll keep this place safe.
We have trouble keeping ourselves safe.
Yeah, if it's anything, it's probably a good idea not to give him that. Never mind.
I ask you this.
Okay. Oh!
Huh?
And we have that ring we got for Chuck that nobody's using right now.
Yeah. We can give him that little ring.
The ring?
Yeah, we can give him a ring.
The ring of Body Blade.
Oh, the amulet.
Oh, sorry. The amulet. Sorry.
The ramulet.
The ring.
I mean, alright. Is that what you want to do?
Does anybody want this amulet? I mean, we've had it for a while and nobody's taken it.
What does it do?
To be fair, two of you have not seen it yet.
Right. So it will cover you in tiny, sharp, jagged, rusty blades, increase your armor class by 1, and deal 1d4 points of damage every round that someone is grappled. Like, that you specifically are grappling someone. Or somebody's grappling you. Probably.
If you are awkwardly close to somebody, it will hurt. As you are essentially just made of jagged razors. And it raises your AC by 1.
I think it can only be used, once a day or something like that.
I believe it's once every few days, because it was, damaged.
Right, that's what made it so...
Cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'll skip on it this time.
Right.
Okay, I think it's good. I don't think anybody's gonna miss this thing.
Alright.
Right.
So I go ahead and pass the amulet to our Max, since he seems to be our... Oh, God help us. He is the diplomat.
Oh God, have mercy.
I was about to say, like, you've been hinging this all on the fast-talking bird.
Who better? This is politics. Of course it's not for the rational.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
So we're going to present our own gift.
So you're just gonna throw it to him then?
Yeah, we'll walk over.
Alright, and
Kind of hand it over, you know, as a token of our appreciation and all that. We don't have much, but we have something that can help in defense.
right, you hand it to him, and he is sort of questionable at it at first, but he just sort of like grabs onto it, or after you put it in his hand, he just sort of like collapses onto it and just like, then it is settled. I thank you for giving us a chance. But I ask you one thing.
Yes.
I ask you to spread the word that this place was condemned. That it is sick. Not sick of rot, but sick enough to avoid. We will build in the night without fire or flame. And
So
once-
asbestos.
Sure. I'm an orc, and even I wouldn't use that shite. Fuck, it is Sean Connery. Dagnabbit, damn it. Why do my orcs sound like Sean Connery?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
He's gonna go after Trebek next.
Right. Like, he just puts on the amulet, and it's very pokey, but to a full-blooded orc, it's just, I don't know, just not spongy. Now, friends, and it is new to use that word. I bid you farewell, and may my gift help you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Everyone get out of here.
Did anybody even grab his gift?
I assume
I assume
we
one
never
of
let
you
go
did.
of that.
Like, it's a big-ass crate, but it's not that big.
I guess you knit and I can pick that up.
It's like 3 foot by... It's like 3 foot long, like 2.5 foot in diameter.
It's the treasuriest treasure chest ever.
I got
It's
it.
functionally a foot locker.
Yeah, we'll help move it.
Any one of you can carry it. It's not... It was small to him. It's fine for you guys.
All right. Either way, let's get to the car.
Alright. So as you all begin to file out, he just sort of like shouts a couple things in a language that none of you can speak. And these men begin to file out, and they start... Well, they don't put the fire out, but they do like collect weapons and anything that's still salvageable. And they essentially just go back to building. Just like cutting stone here and there, repairing anything that you might have blown up. There's even one guy mopping.
Oh, it's like a little new society. Oh, please don't bite us in the ass.
As you leave the front gate, they slowly close it behind you. And about when you get to your cart, you can hear the singing again. But where before was very low and melodic, melodic.
Melancholy?
No, it's the IC version of it.
Somber?
Sure. It is more upbeat now. It's of a higher note and more in sync.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, look, they
Just
rebuilt the
look back
catapults.
at your dance number.
Alright.
Well, now I'm picturing like a jaunty, like English, like Broadway musical. They're singing Dr. Parnassus. It's weird.
So what's in the chest?
I linked it in chat.
Oh, sorry.
Damn, that's a lot.
Oh my.
I mean, he gave you a chest that was from that pile.
What's this brooch of shielding do?
I will need to relook that up because I don't have my notes directly in front of me. But I believe it's like a +1 AC. Alright.
So it's a wrench, but it's a scimitar.
It counts as a falchion. I
looked
renamed
up-
it to scimitar after I rolled it, because, like, I'm not going to have you take a special weapons expertise to learn how to use a falchion.
I looked up the brooch of shielding, and you get, while wearing the brooch, you have resistance to force damage, and you have immunity to damage from the magic missile spell.
Oh. Oh, it's... Oh, yeah, that's... I was thinking something else. Alright,
Ooh.
So, yeah, you have 2 of those.
I'd be able to take one of those.
Yep. And a... what is functionally a scimitar of construct slang.
No one minds. I'd like that.
Go ahead and take it.
Go ahead.
Alright. So it's going to take you another 2 days to get back onto the road. You know? And you still have to traverse through miles of ash. Like, this place is still in cinders. Though it is starting to die off now. And then upon returning to the road, you return to the same fork you were going to. Although, once again, the roads have been heavily damaged. Not just from the fire, it looks like it's been actually attacked with, like, picks and hammers. So it's treacherous. Well, not treacherous. It's difficult to move.
It's muddy.
Imagine pulling a cart through gravel.
I've done that before, so yes.
Alright. So, I'm going to need someone to give me a D12 and someone to give me a D8.
Do we want me to do the D8 again?
Sure.
Oh yeah, let's get another fort in here. Alright.
God, I just can't roll fucking D8s.
No. Oh, holy shit, hold on. Wow.
It's like the second time I've rolled like a 1.
Alright. Oop, wrong error. Now then, getting to this point, you've actually had you've had incredible weather. Just nice and cool, very low sun, scattered cloud cover. It is starting to feel a little bit like it's becoming, fall, as it were. And you've actually had some pretty decent times traveling. You've actually met a couple individuals who were going back through the trade routes again. Though the ones you have seen have come fully armed. Like, they could have taken you a couple times if they had wanted to, but the trades are trades. And besides the snobbish, elf rain driver, yeah, there isn't much else. You do, however, upon this last day of travel, you do come across what looks to be a very tall tree that has a very black exterior with cracks running up it. It seems to almost go into the sky.
The tree goes into the sky?
Like, it is difficult to even begin to see the top of the tree.
Oh, that looks like a really awesome tree.
It's about 20 feet in diameter.
Can I go fly around the tree?
Sure.
I'm gonna go fly around that tree.
Right.
I
Okay,
pointed
make
the
sure
tree.
you come back this time.
All right. So you guys gonna rest here for the night then?
Am I suspicious? I mean, I'm suspicious of everything, but
I know. I'm breeding that. It is a significantly different tree than you have seen before. Like, it is very large and very tall, and it has very sparse branches on it. And it looks to be charred.
like freshly charred.
Oh, no, heavens no. I mean, it looks like the bottom of a grill.
How high does it appear to go? even with my flight.
Well, after about 10 minutes, you feel like you're about halfway up.
Jesus, this is a tall ass tree.
Mm-hmm. There's even more than a few times where you have to just land on a branch before moving up higher. And it doesn't seem to get much thinner as it goes up. It seems to be a very constant diameter, almost like it's a pillar as opposed to a tree.
I'm gonna fly back down to the base.
Oh, well, you're still halfway. So you're gonna go down before heading up?
I'll peek at the top. What's the worst that could be up there?
All right. Well, making double time, you start just like almost leap from small branch to branch.
Dragon.
And you do get to the top, and it was deceptive. You were actually close to the top. It's just the part of the top seems to almost be withered and burnt to make it in such a way that it made it look wider than it was to keep its shape. At the very top of it, you find one singular branch that on the end has a single fruit on it. It is a rainbow-colored fruit that seems to have similar cracks on it that the tree does. But unlike the tree, it has no burn marks at all.
So, just to make sure I've got this right, this is a 50-mile tall tree of a singular column with one branch at the top with a single rainbow apple on it.
Yes.
Can I do a nature check?
It looks more like a peach. It depends what Armax is going to do.
Okay.
Well, isn't her nature check apart from what I'm doing?
Oh, wait, are you testing the tree or the fruit? I'm sorry. Eleanor?
I was just gonna see if I could actually identify what kind of tree it is and what fruit it is.
Oh, yes, make a nature roll. Though you've never had personal experience with this type of tree, you have heard of it. This is a tree that is almost exclusively grown near the Emerald Glades. They're called cloudcatcher trees. At their prime, the trees actually grow into the cloud cover and gather clouds instead of leaves. And you know that they produce only one type of fruit, and very rarely, a zapple.
I immediately grab the fruit and tell everybody what kind of tree this is.
Right.
I don't think you're up there.
The fruit is about a quarter mile up.
Oh, well then I tell Armax to grab the fruit.
Huh? What? I can't hear you. I'm grabbing a fruit.
Yeah. Like,
I just roll my eyes really hard.
I don't even think you'd be able to hear each other at that distance. This is a very tall tree.
Like, I'm imagining it's like in one of those comedy routines where someone's just like, "Hey!" So yeah,
Basically.
so I'm gonna grab the fruit.
All right. You pick the fruit.
Now there's...
And now I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
You can never just pick a fruit in one of these games, you know?
You rolled the 1, I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fair. I rolled a 1.
Alright.
I rolled a 7 there.
I was gonna say you have disadvantage at this, but no, you're fine. Everyone at the ground, you sort of see Armax fiddle with something on one of the branches, but it's very far away. But in an instant, you feel the ground shake slightly, and then you see the little cracks on the tree light up blue and then shoot straight up. Armax?
Well, that can't be good.
Yes.
You take 2d6 lightning damage as the tree discharges into you. The lightning striking up.
Let's see.
Oh, no, 2d8, my bad.
2d8?
Yep. So 11 damage.
Okay.
But you now have a weird-looking rainbow-colored peach thing in your slightly burnt hand.
I immediately fly back down and I ask, where is the food that smells so good?
Can you smell toast?
I think he smells Thanksgiving.
I smell turkey. I smell turkey. Also, I can taste pennies right now. Is that okay?
No, those are just the pennies in your mouth.
Asia, is that the fruit you were talking about?
Yes. And I reach for the fruit.
I hold the fruit slightly higher.
Than her?
You're right. No, that's physically impossible for me.
Like at best, you could maybe block her from dunking. That's about it. But yeah, you can see that it is a rainbow-colored sort of peach-looking thing, and then upon touching it, it does sort of have like a little crackling effect on it. That's very nice on your hands.
Do I know any other details about this fruit?
You do know that is a delicacy around here.
This fruit is a delicacy. We could probably get good money.
Or we could eat it.
I mean,
Or we could do that.
Or find out if it has the usual alchemical properties.
I mean,
We could cut it into slices and mess around with it like that.
well, Armax, Brandon, Unit, you do remember the last time you heard of this thing.
Yeah?
You spread it on toast in a dead man's house.
Oh, that's right! That was that delicious jelly.
Yeah, you still have a jar of Zapple jelly.
That's right, I have a jar of Zapple jelly. Holds out jar of Zapple jelly.
And it is a very similar rainbow-colored mixture that actually keeps its colors separated. It's weird.
What old
Can I
man are you
stick my
talking about?
finger in it?
The farmer.
You can stick your finger in the jelly.
What farmer?
I stick my finger in it and
I see what you
taste
did
it.
there.
Oh,
You
Remember
don't
we got
speak
it.
of such things.
We got it from the farmer that we cut his head off and attacked him with a potato peeler.
I slap him in the back of the head.
Excuse me, what?
Stage style.
There was this farmer, and he was crazy, and he murdered his wife, so we had to attack him, and we had a potato peeler. That was all we had for a moment, and then someone found an axe and cut his head off. He was crazy, couldn't be helped.
I thought
Uh-huh.
you dipped on his head.
No, Chuck German power bombed him into the ground and watermeloned his head like Gallagher.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, the head chopping off was the wife, and that was Bran.
Oh yeah, the wife came back as a zombie. Yeah,
Good times.
good times to be had that happened.
That was
Those
back when
sound
we
like
didn't have
horrible
to,
times.
Yeah, that was back when we didn't really have to worry about the alignment of other members in the group.
Oh no, it was definitely taken into consideration.
Right, but we didn't worry about it.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, he was a horrible person who tried to murder us.
Don't a lot of people do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was really bad at it. Like just awful.
Really, I was rather insulted.
Held him up with a crossbow.
I mean, like, you're gonna try and kill me. You better,
You're gonna kill me, kill me.
right? Try harder.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The guy had, like, nothing going for him. I think he had, like, a butter knife. Anyways, suspicious crimes that may or may not be investigated. Shall we camp here?
Yeah, okay.
Alright, well,
You don't know any reason why we shouldn't camp here, right?
it seems to be as good as any other place. Like, don't forget, this is one of many places. It's just near this tree, which has a nice which actually has a surprising clearing around it. Like, everything around it is just sort of like, not burnt out, but just like missing.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about.
It's okay. We can camp anywhere we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Thanks to Yanit, you really don't have to worry about like where to camp. It's more like when.
Can I look through my spoon thing to see if there's any illusions?
Ow, ow, ow. And yeah, your mic's a little off. But looking around, there doesn't seem to be anything. Let's see. I'm trying to. Yeah, no, everything seems to be fine. Like I say, the area around it's been cleared out, but there's still like flowers and grass. It's just a nice circle around it.
Ah. Well located.
Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to need 2 watches from the 2 elves then. If you're going to camp, I presume not under the tree, but near it.
Right. It just shoots lightning and everything.
Alright, suck 'em to me. Okay. Funny enough, you both succeed.
Huh.
So which one of you was first watch?
Probably me.
All right. As you're down the camp, setting up, no, you're on watch right now, so it's basically just you milling about, basically running perimeters. Off in the distance, you hear like almost what sounds like thunder, and then a rumbling, almost like an earthquake. Catches your eye a little bit, and then as you look over, you then just see a column of water just shoot up into the air, maybe 200 to 300 feet away, which is then preceded by what looks like a cyclone fighting another cyclone made of fire. While this is going on, you just hear constant, just sort of like slamming sounds of like 2 heavy objects just hitting each other and bouncing off.
Hey, hey guys.
Yeah. What?
Hey, Armax, are you doing anything weird again right now?
Am I doing anything weird right now?
At the moment, no.
No.
Oh, okay.
Something weird happening?
Yeah. And I just kind of point.
Oh. Do I know what that is?
Make a perception check.
I do not.
It sounds like 2 really big things fighting.
It's a thing. And there's another thing.
Yes, thank you, Armax.
You're welcome.
Given that it's dealing with elements, I'm going to specifically get Eleanor wake her from her meditation. Hey,
What?
hey.
Yeah.
What is that?
I look. What is it?
Perception check. Alright. Ayaja is still currently asleep. Alright. You essentially have to stand on Yanit's shoulders to get a view over the trees. And you just barely catch the glimpse of something. The fiery cyclone. For a second, it drops down, and you can see what looks like 2 large wings before it just comes crashing down.
I saw 2 large wings.
Wings? Like dragon wings? Like angel wings? Like Arumax lost a set of wings? Like...
What kind of wings did they look like?
I hug my wings.
You know what? You would probably know. They looked kind of draconic.
they look draconic, this could be bad.
Yeah, that sounds an awful lot like something you don't want to get murdered.
So
Yeah.
a whole bunch of not our problem.
Yeah, you guys stay here.
Can do.
He says 200, 300 feet away.
Yep. As
I'm
that
gonna go
echoes into the distance.
I'm gonna activate my right and as stealthily as I can go ahead and make my way there.
Do you need help, like backup? Eleanor screams at him as he walks away.
While I'm trying to be sneaky.
Yep.
I mean,
God
to be
damn.
fair, the noise is so deafening that only 100 more feet, and that you basically couldn't even hear that.
Just if you turn into something small, you can follow me, but no more yelling.
Okay, Anna turned to a mouse.
All right. Then
So-
then Bran, I would like a stealth roll from you.
Yes. Up very.
All right. Even though you have these small little crystals of ice peeling off of you, as soon as you enter into the darkness of the trees, you almost seem to blend in more than you should. Just sort of like hopping from shadow to shadow. Upon getting closer, you can then see this battlefield of just ripped trees and torn rocks, pools of water and columns of wind just erupt from everywhere as there are holes everywhere. Let's see. Just thinking where the fight would be. Alright, at this point you would see this. And let's see if this works. Okay, oop, hold on. Oh. Damn it, why doesn't this work? No, no. Don't bother.
Turns out they couldn't see anything.
Alright, fine. I didn't want to do this yet, but, you know. I presume you all can see?
I see a dragon that fell into a burning ring of fire.
Bran, you can see this thing in the air. Which, it looks draconic, kind of. But it's of a weird shade, and instead of scales, it almost has some sort of weird skin. But as it zooms up into the air to above the dark circle in the middle, you can just see another torrent of lightning just strike down onto it. Not directly into the circle, but near it. And in fact, looking around, you can see that there's a lot of stuff that is near, but not at. And what languages do you all speak?
Elvish.
I'll have to check.
Well, only those who are here.
Common, Elvish, Druidic, Primordial.
Oh,
Primordial is probably.
yeah, I was about to say, like, huh.
Yeah, I speak that too, but I'm not there.
All right, yeah, you can understand a couple of these things. The one that just flew up into the air, it seems to the rest of you, it just seems to sort of like let out a low growl. But I gotta get my speech to Elenil. Oh, what the hell? Oh, sorry, the screen crashing.
That's all.
Yeah. All right. To Elenil, you hear its actual voice, and it is very young and pompous. It's like, oh, so this is your land just because you can be wherever you want. You need to prove it, little man. Let's see. Let's see. The one that's talking to you right now responds in a language that you do not speak, and is again a deep, like, sort of growl and roar.
Like Draconic.
Yes. I mean, at this point, it's pretty obvious that most of them are trying to speak some sort of Draconic, but we're heard occasionally cursing at each other in a different language, most of it being Primordial. Let's see. The large one in the background, you hear clear as day, as it just sort of, we are flame. We owe it all. As just another torrent of fire just like erupts and just clips the guy in the air. Alright, so what do you guys want to do? Hello?
Man,
Throw a
Start
firebolt
squeaking in
at
mouse
it.
form.
it looks like it's gonna get us killed. Like super killed.
Squeaky squeak squeak.
Oh yeah, she can't talk right now.
No, I have no.
Nope.
I'm just watching draconic things fight each other. That's all I've got right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Alright. Well. Alright. This individual, the one in the center, seems to rise up again, now challenging what looks to be what seems to be a dragon made entirely of fire. And it speaks in a language that, unfortunately, none of you can understand. But it does say something that both you and Elenil understand. It says Asiri in common. You can't tell what else it said, but it definitely said Asiri as like a proper name.
Heard that.
Oh, you definitely heard it. You can't unhear this. Hell, everyone back at camp, you're hearing this as it carries.
As soon as I hear the strange language, I cast Comprehend Languages.
Alright, shit, forgot you can do that.
And I'll pull the spell slot so I don't have to waste 10 minutes.
I figured. Alright, let's see. So... Alright, so right now you can hear... We of the darkness own all that reside within it. We are the first and the pure. To all the void succumbs, including the lands. Asiri is no different. They belong to us. Let's see.
Wow, shit's getting heavy over there.
And then you can... This is a little harder for you to hear, as it almost seems to be gargled. You can hear another voice, just sort of like creep up, and just this very sort of slimy voice. Oh, sure, the lands may belong to you, but they exist in the water, so clearly they belong to us. We are the true brute, so these are our grounds. And after this, you just hear a thunder, like, not a thunder shake up, you hear an earthquake as everything around you begins to sort of tremble slightly. And this individual shoots up into the air. Motherfucker.
The hell?
It's like,
I think this is going well.
as we entrusted to the lands, so to it do we own and monitor them. You ill breeds are not welcome here. And you just see it drop down. Well, Bran and Elenil, you can see it dive into the earth, unimpeded.
I frantically squeak.
Right.
I'm just kind of like looking back into the forest, like, Any ideas? No, nothing.
I squeak more.
I wasn't talking to you. I mean, yes, I concur. Staying here out of danger and trying to figure out what the heck is going on does sound like a good plan.
I squeak in agreement.
Let's see. Alright. You can now see the large fiery red one just unleashes a torrent of flame directly at the one in the center. Just barely missing. But he just says one word. Mine. That's it. And as it stands, because you can understand this, they basically just go back proving that they own the land. Whatever that means. So what do you guys want to do?
I grab Brand's shirt and kind of point back the way we came, trying to hint that maybe we should just go back to the others.
Yeah, I mean, I have one idea, but I don't see any benefit in the one idea. Alright, yeah, let's go back. Tell the others what we've seen so far.
I squeak in agreement.
Alright.
Of course you do. It was your idea.
Alright. You begin to head back.
Exactly.
You begin to head back, and for a second you look up, and you can see the stars in the sky begin to fall. Then begin to fall quickly. And then by the time you reach camp, all of you can now see the stars actually hitting where you just left. Not your place specifically, but just in that area, as the stars are belting the ground. You look back and they're back in the sky, but yeah.
You know what? I take it back. This was not a good place to camp.
I turn back to my normal form and like, what? The bleep, I start cursing in Elvish, then back to Common, was that?
What were they talking about owning over there? I heard everything.
I don't know, something about mine, and then the fire one blew fire, and one just rammed into the ground with no hindrance.
Whoever spoke last seems to have claimed something over there.
I assume the fire one was the oldest, maybe, and it was controlling everything, or trying to.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and he'll kill everyone. Everyone dragon.
Bran and Elenil, make an Arcana check for me.
This is gonna...
We're just rolling the sevens today.
It's my lucky number.
Alright. That's all. Alright. So, as it stands, currently whatever's happening is far away from you.
Yeah, not that.
Not that far. It's still raining over there.
So I know it might make us a little tired tomorrow, but you guys feel like moving camp? Maybe?
Yep.
Probably. And by feeling like, I mean, I'm definitely moving camp.
Nah, I think we'll be fine.
I'm already taking a tent down.
We sleep in a bubble. We'll be okay.
Do we have a bubble?
Oh no, yeah, you guys would have been in the bubble. So so basically, Bran saw it with Elenil and left. So you're just back at the bubble.
Will this bubble keep us safe?
Unless they can find a way to dispel it.
It has the word. It literally has the word indestructible.
Yeah, but Yeah, but my walking stick also said indestructible, and I proved them wrong.
So what's your game plan? Right. You can again see like another several columns of water just come out of nowhere. Still same distance, not seemingly getting any closer.
Yeah, they'll probably be done by the morning.
So what's the plan, guys?
I say we take a nap here.
Guess we're gonna stay asleep, and I'm gonna keep my watch. Very full.
All right. Well, so Unit unfortunately has to recast the bubble, but that's not a problem.
No, it's not a problem.
And you guys once again return to sleep, which there is still more than a few times that one or two of you have to, like, jump up a little as you hear another crash or roar. But eventually, all the sleep takes you all, and it's the morning. Like there wasn't for Elenil's watch. There wasn't anything significant that you could see if you were even watching it. It was just more, infighting. And more than the several platitudes of ownership. Like, if you cared to listen, they just kept repeating like they owned it, or kept proving that they owned it.
Yeah, for like an hour, that's all I hear. I can't really sleep for an hour.
Yeah. It's not as bad in the bubble. It's slightly deafened, but yeah, no. If you're one of those people who like has a hard time sleeping to sound or to people talking, oh yeah, it was a bastard. So what's your game plan, guys?
Well, get back on the road and get to that mystical town.
Stay on the path to the Emerald Glades, I guess. None of us really know what to do about dragons fighting each other.
Hey, it's kind of like when your neighbors fight. There's nothing you really can do.
Even if we could
I mean, I could try to talk to one of them.
Let's never talk to them.
I feel like there's only one thing we could possibly do to stop them from fighting, and that would be a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
What? Send Armax to delegate with them?
No. I would show... I would just open a case that I have that may or may not be important. Possibly. And that would probably catch their attention. But since they're not fighting with any, like, civilization or city going on right now, I don't see any benefit.
Can I see it?
No.
Can I see the case,
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
please?
I want to see.
I mean, Armax, you have seen it before.
I want to see it again, though. Oh, is it that one thing?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Can we at
No.
least see it, please?
No.
All right. Let's take this one-sided conversation on the road.
Big meanie, she says under her breath as she walks away.
I'm just imagining this car ride is just gonna be her just being like, "Can I see it? No. Can I see it? No. Can I see it? No."
Yeah, Ellen, it's not the kind of thing you can just flash out.
But it's in a case. With a case, you just open it.
Yeah. Not that kind of thing.
Then why is it in a case?
To keep people from getting at it. Just in case.
Alright, so back on the road then?
Yep. back on the road.
Yep, let's get away from this part of town. This is the part of town where you roll your windows up.
I wave goodbye to the dragons as we drive away.
Well, that's just it. As you wake up, they're not fighting anymore. In fact, it's quiet. You do, however, see where there used to be a column of fire, there is now a large mountain. Well, it's more of a molehill, but it's a molehill for a dragon.
That can't be good.
Has anything dragon related ever been good?
Few of the gods are dragon related, and they're good.
Ah, they're assholes. Our Max, ever respectful of people's beliefs.
Alright. So we're just gonna keep moving?
Yep.
Yep.
Then I'm going to need another D8 and another D12.
Someone not me roll it.
Okay.
Wait, what am I rolling?
I will roll.
D12 is to see how far you can make it. D10 is... Oh, D8 is to see what happens. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Fucking hex. Alright. Alright. Well,
It must have been in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, you find another patch of sort of like broken road, which now you actually see people trying to fix it. You pass by 2 villages if you were cautious, if you wanted to stop. One of them just seemed to be a little port town, just sending up ships to presumably go to Portcullis. Another one was another farming town. But if you didn't want to stop at any of those... Oof. Hold on.
You don't need to count rations. I make our food. Well, I gather our food.
Well, I have good berries too.
Oh, good berries.
What, did a good berry rob your house?
No, I just make them, and I pull out, and I just like flip my hand, have some good berries, and eat one.
Alright, mark off that spell slot. Alright. But yeah, it's now officially in fall. The leaves on all the trees have now begun to change. And it is starting to begin to get kind of cold.
Armax has acquired his downy coat.
I like.
I'm pretty sure Unit has begun plucking your downy coat so he can make his own.
You have acquired a coat of madness.
Sure.
The cold feels oddly like a motherly embrace.
Alright, but pulling up to here around midday, along the side of the road, you can see that there is a small cobblestone pathway. It seems very old, that leads into what looks to be a courtyard. Very modest, but it is enclosed in some way, but as the vines have begun twisting up it and the metal on the bars have begun to rot, you can only presume it's old and possibly dilapidated.
Does it look like... So there's an old dilapidated fort over there?
Do you get closer?
You want to go check out the old dilapidated fort for some good tchotchkes?
Sure. It's
Alright.
adventure, she says as she points toward it.
We've been making literally every other stop along the way.
Good, then this one will be fine.
Oh shush, this is gonna be fun. She jumps out of the cart and starts heading towards it.
We might plan a mystery, gang.
Aromax, use the restroom before we get in the fort, please. I don't want to mishap like yesterday.
I go where I want. I'm a bird.
Oh boy. Well, pulling up closer to the gate, you can see that although it is a enclosed area, there's only a small, well, outcropping, I think is the word. It's like the staircases that lead to the subways for us. There's just a set of double doors that have a set of metal doors that are currently rotted, that are in a stone sort of architecture, and they just lead down. The rest of the area is completely empty, and left to weeds and random brush. On closer inspection, this place probably hasn't been used or cared for in years.
Are we going in?
That's up to you guys.
Yes.
Can I Kool-Aid the door?
Yes. Yes, you can. I'm going to need a strength check.
Just check or athletics?
And athletics, yeah.
Alright. So we're all clear. When Unit breaks down the door, if there's a farmer inside and he's holding a knife to Unit's face, the general procedure that we've noticed that we like to follow is we find the
Running screaming?
find the dead wife, cut off her head, put it in a barrel of water that he drowned her in order to scare him into confessing everything he's done, and then steal his farm. Any
This
questions?
sounds horrible.
He's dark in here.
It's
It
the system
is-
we know works.
It is, in fact, pitch black, but I had a torch in here, so I don't know where it went.
Wait, don't half of us have dark vision? Or is that not enabled in this game?
No, it is. Yeah. Hold on. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell happened. Yeah. Can any of you guys see anything? Oh,
I can't
my
see
bad.
anything.
I'm in the wrong
No.
place. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. One at a time. All right. Unit came first, so he's going first. Unit, oop.
As soon as it's pitch black, I cast dancing lights.
Yes. Now can you see?
No. Yay.
Oh, now you can see.
Yeah, I can see now.
All right, sound off. Who can see?
Nope.
I can.
I still can't see anything.
All right. All right. There's Bran.
Did you ping us to the right
Oh,
spot?
there you go.
It's in the corner.
Also,
Okay.
make sure to fix your health. You guys have health now.
Cool.
Oh.
All right. You can see what appears to be a stone antechamber. Inside, you can see several rotted away wooden constructions and two very large statues. One of them seems to be depicting an angel, while the other is depicting what you can only describe as some sort of arcanist, but his face is entirely gaunt, and his casting apparatus that he holds in his left hand appears to be a skull, though it is not human.
I'm gonna go look at that skull thing.
You think that's your amulet?
I don't know. I just thought he just looks pretty awesome.
Right, you guys are free to move.
Which one's the skull?
Far left.
Far left, like this left?
Yeah, that's the creepy one.
I'm gonna go look at this creepy one.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and stay by Aromax, knowing what tends to happen around him.
And, if I may,
I'm gonna look at the other one.
can everybody make a initiative check? Or can everyone roll initiative? But this is not combat. This is soft combat.
This is not combat, but we are rolling initiative. Okay.
Well, yeah, because I presume each of you are going to want to try and do something. And, look, I'm running some weird dungeon rules, alright? Why does the torch have initiative?
Don't worry about it.
Launch initiative, you son of a bitch!
I'm going to murder something today.
probably are, Max. Like, it's not even gonna be like a test. It's gonna be like, and then what happens? Oh, it's a spell that attacks people whose character names begin with A.
There is the unspeakable alphabetical horror, and yes, it would.
Ah, the unspeakable alphabetical horror. Does he also show up with the terrible tedium?
No, that was in third edition.
Okay, I have to admit, the terrible tedium would be an awesome D&D villain to fight.
All right, so you are just overlooking the statue?
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at it, see if there's anything written on it before I poke it, naturally.
Make an investigation check.
Because I'm going to poke that thing like a tourist.
I'm going to be suspicious of it.
There is also the other one that's looking at you. All right.
Let's assume I'm suspicious of that one.
I'm gonna check out the one that Delano's next to too.
All right. Well, Armax, as you begin to overlook the statue, you don't really notice anything. It's just a weird, creepy caster with a skull. It's odd, but you're not initially alerted to anything. Let's see. From there, Elenil. What are you looking at? Please end it with the chips. Or go to push talk.
I am going to look at the statue all over and poke at it.
All right. Make an investigation check. And you're specifically poking it. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
All right. You do... well, you can tell that it is, in fact, an angel. But you don't really notice anything particular about it other than its open hand looks to have some wax in it.
I
Unit?
continue to look all around it and poke.
Does my necklace man, does he know anything of this place? Or this statue?
I'm gonna look over it
Nope.
like any good archaeologist would, and look for all the fine details. Anything like a button to push or something.
I'm poking my fingers in the eye sockets of that skull.
All right. Make a roll an investigation. And I will say, because this is in your field of study, I'll give you a +2 to that. You didn't need it.
That's what I do.
No, you did need it.
Okay.
You overlook the angel statue, but it's too close to the door. There wouldn't be anything interesting in that. So you begin to look at what you can only tell is the bird looking confused at. And you look at it and you can tell that its back is flat. Perfectly flat against the wall. And with a quick pull, you can see that the statue moves. And behind it is a door.
So, question: did my divine sense ping anything?
Oh, sorry, I've been going in initiative order.
Okay.
You said that before I asked for the roll?
No, I said after, but I thought the roll was in case we got in combat. Never mind.
No. This is soft combat, meant to just expedite this. And Unit, you pull the statue aside a little bit, and then you freeze. Because you can tell that the statue has a small, ever so small wooden dowel that is poking out of it, and is leading into the floor. And if you moved the statue anymore, the dowel would move. You presume that there is some sort of device here.
Like a booby trap?
In your field of study, it's either a booby trap or a failsafe to lock the door.
Okay, does it look like it would fall down or pop up?
It's hard to tell. It's very small and rotted, and almost completely rotted. If the statue wasn't completely flat on all sides, it probably would have just been destroyed anyway.
Okay, so I tell the bird, "Don't move," and then I pointed out to Brand to see if he can figure out what's going on here.
Right. Ayaja.
Yep.
Alright. So you're good at Divine Sense? What's going on?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I have to be in the tabs of the browser.
Yeah, that's the problem with it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Divine Sense, I'm just gonna walk around the room and see if anything
And
is off.
is the range on that 30 or 60?
60.
Alright. Scanning around, you do not detect anything particular with Divine Sense.
Even moving around the room. Like,
Correct.
she's just literally just going around the entire room, the perimeter.
No. Like, looking around, or essentially smelling and sensing around, you do not detect any fey, fiend, undead, consecrated, or hallowed ground.
Cool.
I would say you do sense that this place is stale as hell. Because you'd be the only person here who would, like, actually try to smell everything. But that's just because it's just one part of your divine sense. Alright. Brian, you're up.
Okay. After having Yanit point out the Imajiki to me, I'm going to see if I can try and figure out what sort of device it is.
Alright. Make a sleight of hand.
Be careful.
As you can see it, but now it's now just an order of, can you manipulate it without getting... Stop being the torch, asshole.
No, Torch is one here to save us all.
One torch to rule them all.
I'm gonna find a way to block that. Alright. Well, you start to look at the dowel, and you notice that it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a wooden dowel, but as you have Unit pull the statue, not to the side, but up a little, you can see that on each end of the dowel there is a small glass canister that seems to be crackling with electrical energy. It appears that if the statue were to be moved, or moved too quickly, it would break.
Can I remove the glass canisters without breaking them?
Yes, you were able to just pick it up ever so slightly, and you have a wooden dowel with like 2 shock grenades on each end. They're faint, but they're still active. And the glass looks incredibly thin.
I currently possess a taser.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
Who wants to walk down this hallway with Aramax?
I mean specifically with that thing.
If I put it in the bag of holding, it'll be okay, right?
Shit, it would.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding, so it shouldn't break in there. I don't think.
If not, we're just hearing a mild thump.
Yeah.
Not even that. Alright, you surprisingly managed to bypass the door, and you can now see why no one has entered in here before.
Traps everywhere.
Yep.
It's because they didn't bring Enoch Deanna Jones.
Nit, would you like to go first, given that this is your thing?
I would say it's technically Armax's turn, as Yanit has pulled the statue aside, you've removed the dowel, and no one is watching over the bird.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna start walking in there.
Alright, you still have your movement speed, and because of the size of the room, you really can't fly, unfortunately. Like,
That's natural.
you could save yourself from a fall, but you wouldn't be able to, like, gain enough upward lift to take off, per se.
Alright, well, I'm gonna kind of carefully walk down the hallway after seeing the painful-looking shot grenades and just kind of keep an eye out for anything.
All right. Well, before you can see what looks to be a pile of little armor. Old metal armor. Sitting on a stone pedestal. From what you can tell, it looks to be very old and rusted through.
Any symbols or sigils on it?
Not that you can see from that distance.
How about now?
Alright. Well, make a quick perception check. Elenil, you're up.
I will follow the bird.
Alright, move it. That sounds ruder than I wanted it to. You are allowed to move. Looking through the pile, you really don't see... Well... What the hell? Who's giving off light?
Armax is giving off light, apparently. I am the torch. Just an I am Sparkus moment with these things.
No, I am the torch. No, I am the torch.
I'm the torch and so is my wife.
Alright, well, I guess for all intents and purposes, you are carrying a torch while I try to figure out how this fucked up.
Torches just don't fucking work.
Yeah, you're just giving off light for some reason.
It's my personality. I have a glowing personality.
Alright. Well, I'm afraid to say combat has started. As Armax turns the corner and sees this skittering out of the walls.
Oh, that's a no-no.
Dinner time.
Man, you guys would hope. Really? It is... Wait, what?
I think it just went into, alphabetical.
Oh, no, because of Dex. Right. So, yeah. So the bird did that. I fucked up. Unit? Bird just ran off without you.
Oh god, not again. What have I told you about going off by yourself and I run that for?
Right?
You said not to do it, and I didn't listen because, well, it would frankly be frightening if I did.
Because you're not my dad. I watched him die.
You're not my mom! No one is!
Okay, and I still can't see this thing.
You still have more movement.
Oh, they're down there. Okay.
Now you can see it.
What if those stun grenades would work on them?
Oh,
Or a fireball to the
I
face?
know what's doing it.
What's doing it?
Global illumination. Duh. There we go. Just make sure to carry that torch with you.
Yay! I have a torch.
Alright. Unit, I think you can see them right now, can't you?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Oh yeah, I am trying out I'm trying out the new advanced fog of war. So as you guys uncover areas of the map, it'll keep those areas revealed to you guys. It'll just hide anything that I do in it. So you guys always have a map.
Oh, that's actually a really nice feature.
That might be why I'm lagging. I have to figure that out.
Actually, no, it is roll 20. I've been actually researching it. There is some horse shit going on. I actually had to switch to Firefox just to get it to run. And it wasn't on this map. It was on the world map. Alright.
I actually had some terrible trouble with Firefox the other day.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, no, like a Flash player prompt came up for something, and it just would not go away.
Alright, Unit, what are you gonna do?
Well, I come around the corner and I look at the bird and So, are we killing these things?
Oh yeah, no. They deserve to die.
And the one on the bottom left, I'll just frostbite him.
Alright, do it. It's a dexterity save?
Strength.
No, strength save.
Well, actually, it's supposed to be Constitution. I don't know why it's coming up as Strength, but it's
Oh,
supposed to be
thank
Con.
goodness. Fuck. I mean, he still fails.
Takes 11 damage and has advantage on his attack roll next turn.
Ah, he needs those. Damn it. But yeah, you just walk around the corner and see this skittering little festering mite that's the size of a small dog. And just like, ugh! And with a single point of your finger, a bolt of ice hits it and just encases it in frost. And it appears to have slowed down.
And then I will take my bonus action to sing the song My People.
Oh, which weapon are you using?
I have the wrench.
Alright, you have the dismantling wrench.
Yes.
Alright. So having this, what looks to be a pipe wrench, but has a very thin front, you just strike it onto the ground like a tuning fork. And the rest of you can see a large astral bastard sword rip through the roof, actually causing a little bit of a cave-in. But now, Yanit is battle ready. Lanil?
Okay, do I see anything?
You can currently see that they're up to something.
I start walking up right here. Do I see anything now?
Well, do you?
Oh, so what I can see is what I can actually see.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess because of the dim light, you can just barely see them over there. Just something in the darkness.
Okay, I am going to Thorn Whip the first one.
All right, roll it. Oh, fuck yeah, that hits. For not much. So just sliding your hand back, the rest of you can see the twine on her tunic unravels into like a thick rope-like whip, and she just swings it out and cracks this thing in the face. And I can tell you.
I also pull the creature 10 feet closer to me.
Oh shit. 1, 2, 5, 10. Okay. He's all up in there. Bonus action?
I'm good.
Hey, Yaja. You can definitely hear your friends fighting something.
Right, so I can figure out to go that way, right?
Oh, yeah. So you saw Armax go over there and like, do a mild scream. You saw Unit go over there. You can hear him sort of, like, laughing. You can hear a whip going off and a small, very cold explosion. It's painfully obvious there's combat going.
Right, I'll dash over there, and can I move through them or no?
Yes. You can move through allied spaces, you just can't stop there.
And it's too far, never mind. It would be over my 60 limit.
Oh, so you had to dash to get there?
Yeah, because I was over here somewhere, because it was 40 to get to, like, over here, and then I have to get past them, so then it's also the corner, too, I had to go around.
Alright. Well, you can now just see what they're fighting.
Can I take a bonus action or no?
No, you still have your bonus action. You still have it. So what you gonna do with it? Brian, get ready. You're next.
Unit.
I'm sorry. You've been kind of coming in and out.
Oh, sorry. I keep tapping back and forth, forgetting. I'm gonna do Shield of Faith on unit.
Okay. And may I recommend just having both windows open, like next to each other?
My computer would crash.
Oh. All right. Well, Unit, you can feel a gloved hand brace you on the shoulder, and your bastard sword now has this sort of odd, like, radiant glow to it. You feel more protected than you did before.
Try to hit me now.
And then +2 AC for how long? Oh. Ah. No, damn it, no.
It's up to 10 minutes.
Okay, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I have to reload. Firefox crashed. Alright, Brand, you're up. You can go while this is happening.
Okay. I gotta take a look, see what's going on. Hey guys, what are you doing? Guys?
We're playing Critter Gator.
5, 10.
You're playing the greatest weakness of your party is close quarters.
Can I move on top of this pile of rubble?
You can, it's just difficult terrain.
Okay.
So it requires twice as much action to get through.
I'll just move the one square.
Alright.
Man, he's kind of far away over there. Alright, I guess since he's all the way over there, I'm just gonna.
Which one are you aiming at?
The one closest to us.
Alright, yeah, that's a hit. Alright.
Doesn't that get an extra beam? Or that's not the same thing. Never mind. He's not a warlock.
Oh, you're right. It is. I am like kind of a warlock. You're right.
Yeah, because of the level. So roll it one more time and. Well, yeah, no. Each one has to have its own attack roll. So just roll the attack again.
Okay.
Yeah, it still hit.
Pew pew.
So you sort of reach back into just a small dark area behind you, and pull it off of the wall almost, and just hurl it at him.
Good thing I'm behind Elidil. It's an air elemental thing. Don't worry about it.
Yes, as a cloud of darkness flies past you. Arumax,
Yes.
you're up.
How's the guy on the left looking?
Dead.
How's the guy in the front looking?
Untouched. Or he would be if I had his character sheet correct.
How touched is he now?
You just hit.
And 2 more?
Scorching Ray? Yeah, no, 2 more. Yeah, all those fucking hit.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
Really?
Yeah, no, that's the first time I've had Scorching Ray hit all 3 times.
Alright, so how much damage is that altogether? Nine, it goes to 16, 21?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Alright, not to be outdone, you just sort of raise your hands up and then blast them forward over Elenil's shoulders. As Elenil, you get a face, like a POV of just 3 fiery meteors just hurling out and slamming into this thing. And it looks pretty beat to hell. And it's now his turn. Ooh. And he ain't looking too good. Alright. 1, 2, 3. And all he can do is attack the one thing in front of him. Does that hit? Elenil?
My armor class is 16.
So it hit. This thing just runs up quick and just latches onto your shin. And just starts, like, ripping into it. It hurts like hell. Unit, please kill it.
Okay. I'm lagging. This is not enlarged, by the way. Just I haven't made a thing for it yet.
I understand. So take off the 1 and... Okay, that's if it's a construct. So you do 5 damage.
Yep, and I'll attack it again. So I do 9 more damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You killed it. You killed it dead. As you just bring up your slightly heavier than you expected, but still impressively swift weapon, and just drive it into his skull. Dead.
Well, that takes care of those bugs. Shall we?
Alright. Now then, are you guys going to just keep going straight? Or are you going to prattle?
I say we go straight.
Alright. So then, Unit, please keep track of how many rounds it's been. Because you have 9 more.
Okay.
Yeah, I have this having to be Carson Strahd. It's really awkward. Elenil, you're up. It is no
Alright,
longer
so
combat.
everything's dead, right?
Correct. Everything that lays before you is burnt and crushed.
I'll just move up some.
Alright. Alright.
Just shove Armax aside. Move it, bird.
Yep.
I mean, he did almost set your bags on fire.
How dare he?
Alright.
And that'll pretty much be it.
There we go. Alright, so as you can see, you've come to a T intersection. The way to your left has no breeze coming from it whatsoever, but the one on the right does have a small current of air coming from it, and it has a very stale smell.
I let everybody know.
Hey, Yaja.
Right, I'll just dash on forward.
Alright. Like, I presume you're not sprinting full on, but you're like walking with purpose.
Not walking.
Yeah. Because it'd be really weird, just like, nothing's going on. Quick, sprint everywhere. Alright. Armax,
Yes.
wait in line.
We have a queue.
Yes. All right. Yeah, you basically see the same thing as she does, though you don't sense anything. You are not acute to the sound of the feeling of wind. Bran.
See how far forward I can move. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna move right behind Ellie.
And that's it.
That's all I can do. Well, since the monster's right there, I'll have her back, and at the same time, I want to look at the monster. Is it a monstrosity? Have I encountered it before?
Oh yes, you. Any of you who have been like, this would be Bran, Ayaja, and Unit. You guys are very familiar with the concept of this creature, and it is a monstrosity. Though typically you only see it chewing on ironworks, as a rust monster typically isn't found in forested areas.
Oh, right. So it's weird for it to be in here?
No, you can easily find it in underground structures. It's just you didn't think you'd see one this close to shore, kind of. They typically stay in places that have been long since abandoned.
This place is pretty long since abandoned.
Yep.
Do I suspect that I might be able to collect any of its bits and pieces for alchemical stuff?
Roll a straight d20 and add your intelligence modifier. Armax. I mean, its spit does seem to be kind of acidic, but there's really not much of it. Right. Like anything you could surmise you could get from it, you could probably get in better quantity somewhere else.
Okay.
Armax,
Yes.
you're up.
Yes.
What you
How
gonna
far?
do?
How far can I move?
25 feet.
25 feet.
Or 50 if you want to dash.
Let's see. Well, I'm very excited to go down this hallway. Which hallway seems like? Well, which is the hallway that Unit would dread Armax running down?
Probably the left one, because there definitely seems like something's there.
I would like to dash down towards the left hallway.
Alright, move.
How far can I go?
50 feet.
Is that 50 feet?
It's 25.
Honestly, let me get out my terrifying ruler here. Yeah, we'll move about right down there.
You can get to right about here.
Yep.
And you would have hugged the wall? Because, yeah, that's the only way you could have moved that fast.
Yeah, I mean, I hugged the wall.
Alright. Well, as you do that, you and Ayaja both hear a loud click.
Someone got a cigarette lighter?
Unit, it's your turn.
Okay, so I run down and I see. I don't know. The bird went left or right?
He
Left.
went to our left, Unit's right.
All right, I'll just keep going. I don't see. Yeah, I can't see around the corner. There it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, Roll20 is like really laggy. And just
Yeah.
to get ahead of him, I'm gonna dash and see what's ahead.
Alright. Right. You are free to move.
I can get to about there.
Oh wait, are you standing on the... You are.
Yeah, there was
Alright.
a rock or something.
It's a pile of debris. It looks to be... It was probably some sort of device, but it's hard to tell as most of it's sort of most of it has been eaten away. However, upon stepping upon it, you hear a loud click.
Great.
L&L?
Turns out, Vietnam happened here.
Okay, so you said if I'm looking at the token, my right is where the breeze is coming from, or my left?
The player's left, the character's right.
Okay, I head this way.
Right. Oh, you move to the corner?
I just move around the corner.
Are you saying that because I brought up the fact that I was asking if you moved to the corner?
Well, yeah, because for me it's easier to move the token over and down like that.
Alright.
But I mean, if you want to say I hit the corner when I turn, then you could do that.
No, it's fine. Plus, you wouldn't have gotten that. You wouldn't have been able to get that far if you hit the corner. Alright. Which means, unless you want to try and do anything, it's Ayasha's turn.
I was just going to keep looking around to see if I notice anything.
Make a perception check. Yaja, your go.
I'll just move up.
Right. Looking around, all you can notice is that there's junk everywhere. There's broken shelves, there's bits of chandeliers, there's sconces that have been rotted off the walls. In the heyday, this place would have actually looked wouldn't have looked nice to you, but possibly to other people. Alright, anything else, Yaja? Right. Bran.
Hey.
Yeah, basically everyone went to the left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was actually debating on not going that way.
That's a bad idea.
That does sound like a bad idea. I guess that would be out of character. Bran feels like he's your babysitter.
I feel like...
I mean, if you split the party, you can see more stuff that way. There's clearly a path down here.
That's so true. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and activate my blood and draw my weapons and stay cautious. Let's see how far down I can go. That far.
Alright, so while the rest of you are going down that hallway, Bran lights up his blade with his Arctic Fury and then just goes the opposite direction.
Screw you.
Artomax. More clicking sounds. Artomax.
Yes?
What you gonna do?
Real quick, what made the clicking sound?
Looking down, you can't really tell. And you can tell that this entire hallway has, stonework, corrugated stonework.
Does the stone that clicked, does that one look different from the other stones?
Make an investigation check.
Wow. Did I even look at the stone?
No, you did. You can clearly tell that every stone in this hallway has a letter on it.
Guys, only remember, Jehovah starts with an I.
Right. Well, make your movement and then unit.
Also, real quick, is unit also on an I? Or on the same letter as me?
You can't tell from that distance. It looks like you're on an F.
Unit, what letter are you on?
I look around. What letter am I on?
You see no letter. You don't even have to roll for it. It's
I'm
just,
not on any letter.
Oh, I'm on the letter F. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm a sprint again.
the bird.
Yes. So let's see. What is 50? I think that was it, right?
Yeah, just about. Alright, Unit, you're up.
Just every boot exploding on this.
I toss my dancing lights as far down as I can. 60 feet. And then I just try to pay attention to where I heard my clicking sound come from.
It sounded like it came from the pile you stepped on.
Then I'll
Wait,
run.
Is it your action to move that?
It's a bonus action to move these lights.
Okay. Alright. Thank goodness.
And then I'll just come up behind the bird.
Alright. Grouping up. Great plan.
Yes, of course.
Elena.
Can I free action to look around and see if Bran was following us, or that's too late?
Oh no, you can clearly tell that he's not following you guys.
All right,
Like, you can hear his footsteps going in a completely different direction.
I'm gonna dash.
Alright. You hear 2 clicks. One on the square in front of, next to Ayaja, and one right next to Unit.
I yell and tell those 2 people there's clicking sounds near them.
Ayaja.
Does the ground look weird at all near me, or is it just the noise?
You just heard that noise. As far as you can tell, it's just there's stonework everywhere. Now, granted, there's a bunch of like metal junk scattered across the floor, but
Is there any loose dirt? Like, do I think something can pop out?
looking around, you can see that the stonework here was just laid in. There's no concrete. The walls are smooth stone, while the floor is a cut stone.
Right. I'm gonna move forward, but I'm gonna try to go softly. So would that be stealth or?
Essentially, moving at half speed means you would just go half as fast. So it would effectively make everything difficult terrain, but you would be, quote, stealth, unquote.
So I could move, because I'm gonna mechanically dash, but not actually dash, so I could go 30 feet?
Yeah, basically. All right. So being careful of like how you step and where you step, you gingerly make your way behind your compatriots. Brian.
Yes, I will keep moving down my little hall. I guess keep in mind my passive perception is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Given that I'm such a cautious individual, I would hate to run into any traps. That would be on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If any trap had a discover DC of 16, you would notice.
Boop.
All right. You can begin to see that there's a turn, and there's a turn.
Yeah.
You detect nothing else.
Okay.
Armax,
Yes.
you're up.
Is that a door?
It is in fact a door.
I want to go to that door.
No, I'm sorry. It's an archway.
Is an archway?
Yes. It's
Well, I would
effectively
like-
it's an open door with a keystone roof.
With a what roof?
It's an archway.
Ah.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
gonna go-
having to retranslate from second edition.
Okay, well I'm gonna go look at that archway.
And you
Does
heard another click.
Do I see anything on my foot?
Nope. You can see
Can
that the
I-
block beneath you has the letter U on it.
So, just to make sure I have this correct, I have heard 2 clicks, one from a tile that says F and another tile that says U.
Correct.
So, just to make sure I have this right, this dungeon's mean. Okay, does the art look suspicious?
Let's see. Looking upon it, no. Though, make a quick perception check.
Because if it doesn't, I'm gonna walk through it.
Alright. Let's see, what did you roll? 50. Hey!
Yeah.
Well, you do notice something. You notice that it has a name.
What is the name?
Baisadu the Gruesome.
I shout back to the others in the group. Does anyone know anyone by the name of Baisadu the Gruesome? Do I know the name Baisadu the Gruesome?
I don't know.
I'm afraid not.
Cool. Then I shall walk.
Alright, go for it.
Let's see, how many did I walk before? Was that 25?
Yeah, so you basically have to sprint from this point forward.
Yep.
Alright, stop.
I will.
Before you, you can see what appears to be a shallow pool. It has 3 drains in it. 2 of them seem to be flowing fluid in, while another one seems to be taking it out. Looking around it, you can see crimson traces of whatever used to be inside this pool in great quantities.
Ooh, that doesn't look legal. One might even say gruesome.
Unit,
Chasing the bird.
I presume moving your lights around.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, I finally now have a thing for this.
They can only move 60 feet, so they would just be about 10 to 15 feet past air max.
Oh, okay. Well, you can clearly see the pool then.
Yeah, I can please. Okay. Bird, please stop running ahead. This is not good. And did you hear more clicks?
Yeah, I stepped on a U.
How could you step on me? You're so tiny.
Yeah, I stepped on an F and a U.
I try to take in as much of the room as possible when he starts talking. What's going on?
Well, currently, you're unable to see much other than you can see what appears to be a large table that has scattered notes upon it. Or the refuse that used to be notations.
Does it look like I can skirt around this pool to get over there if I dash?
Phew. You might be able to jump it, but that still wouldn't get you to the table.
I mean, I can fly over there.
I mean, you can move around it just fine. The only part that is deep is the part that is literally the hole. Everything else is
All right,
just splash over.
I'll try to get as close as possible then.
All right. Elenil. You can hear your compatriots going, ooh, ah, in the next room.
I run after them.
All right. I do believe now you can see the refuse pool. Ayasha, get ready. Whoa.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Did you just put your foot in there?
She's getting close to the edge.
No. I'm close to the edge and peering in.
All right, make a perception check. Elena or Ajaja, you're up. Oh. Elenil, you can see the number 2 at the bottom of the pool.
There's this weird number 2 thing.
I mean, everybody goes number 2. So.
I've got it. This is a
Can I
toilet.
make a history check for?
It's an actual number.
Yeah, make a history check, but you would be at disadvantage since most of your history is from Tarim, so you don't know too much about stuff from Assyria per se. Unfortunately, you're not really picking up much from this. This does look to be someone's laboratory, but that's about it. Alright. Bran, what you doing over there?
We're walking, buddy. This is what we're doing.
In the pitch black, all alone.
It feels like the way it used to be. But
Boy,
30.
you're sad.
30.
Oh, you hear a click.
Oh. Am I standing on something?
Make a perception check. Armax, you're back up.
Let's see. Can I see this thing?
I think you're just getting there.
All right. Like to fly
Yeah.
over to that.
All right. In this room, you would be able to. All right. Bran, you notice that the thing you stepped on was loose. The actual stone of the floor. Armax, would you go back 2 squares, please?
There.
Yep. As next to you, you can see that there's this incredibly large, just what looks to be a sculpture that has been just torn and crumbled into dust. But as you get close to it, you hear something.
What do I hear?
I do hope you heard that.
One more time. Oh.
As the statue reassembles itself and looks hungrily at you.
Guys, it's Ridley.
And this is, we're going to call it for the night.
Okay.
I just wanted to get to that point.
I'll just say it now. I'm at 5 rounds. Or
Good
coming
thing
coming
I
on to
went
the 5th round, I mean.
The other direction.
Yep. It's just like, oh, wow.
Brad!
Yeah, this is a worst case scenario.
Ah, we've seen worse.
I don't know. You've never